That's Clone Force 99.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch podcast, episode 128. As you can see, things have shifted a bit today. So in the pilot seat today is your boy John. But I can't do it alone. So with me is the other space poppies. First up, I don't have control of the board, so boop, 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 boop. Rami Shanaday. That's
Hello.
How you doing?
Keeping it short and sweet.
Yeah, factual and simple. How you doing? Everything good?
Exactly. I'm good. Good. It's raining.
It is raining. Yeah. Cool. All right.
So.
All right. Next up is our boy Luke. Luke Yates. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys? What's good?
Chilling. Yeah. How you doing?
Good. Staying busy, man. I
The
feel like I
vibe
hit
is so
the.
different. I don't know
Yeah.
what to say.
No. We're good. We're chilling like this.
All right. Good. All right. And with us, as y'all can see, and probably not here yet, is our boy Jizzity Joe Laura.
Couldn't ask for a better intro.
Jizzity Joe,
AKA Techfish, AKA Tech
Techfish.
Bad Batch, AKA
hey, how's it going?
Pancake Land. Hey,
Is it Jizzity Joe?
hey, how you doing, Joe?
Good, man. How are you? How's everybody
good.
doing? Oh man, that's funny intro.
Fixing to
Sorry
be a whole
about
lot
that.
better after Jizzity Joe.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. All right. All right, let's just get right into it. Go ahead, Raby.
Oh my god.
No, I updated Joe's title block. We're good.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
We're not even like 1 minute in.
Photo
Yeah,
take.
and we're off the
It's
rails.
forever now.
And it
Oh,
already
brother.
is gone.
Steven.
Yay.
My
Ugh.
bad. Anyway,
Hold on.
All
Is
right.
Jizzity Joe at Instagram? Taken?
check it.
Hold on.
We'll check it as we're rolling.
You want me to check for the .com, Joe, while we're at it?
Let's go for it.
Oh,
That's when
no.
you lock in for sure.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
All right. Well, how's everyone's week been? Anyone watching anything cool? Anyone doing anything neat?
I feel like the rush for the WonderCon coming up got serious this week for prep, getting some
Yeah,
costume stuff done, which we'll talk about later, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know at least several of us have got a flurry of activity going for that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
So-
you weren't planning on going until like yesterday, right? Like that's kind of how it happened.
Me? Yeah, pretty much.
Very much like last year's Comic-Con, where like we're just passing through, me and Brian, and you're like, hey, you want to go? And you're like, yeah.
That one
And
was crazy. That was like 4 days later. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll come back and go.
last
Let's do
minute,
it.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The WonderCon one just kind of opened up schedule wise, and I'm
Nice.
actually gonna do a little work the first day that I get down there. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Kick it with everybody.
Right on. Yeah, that is gonna be fun. Can't wait.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. Rami, Joe, you guys do anything cool?
Went to Disneyland over the weekend for the first time in a
Ooh.
while.
Oh
That was
dang!
fun. Yeah.
Was that like to meet people, or like what was just to go?
Yeah. I mean, just to go. I ran into several people, as always seems to happen at Disney. I ran into New Hope Workshop and some other folks there. But yeah, had a good time. Went kind of did the whole of like California Adventure and Magic Kingdom, like
Oh, both
parks
parts.
on,
Yeah.
on Saturday, and then on Sunday went back and pretty much just did Batuu, which was fun. Like
Nice.
just kind of went in and like pretended to live in Star Wars for
Did you
Yeah.
suit up?
half a day.
Did you bound?
A little bit. Yeah, nothing that would get us kicked out of the park, but enough to sort of fit in.
Enough to have fun.
feel
Star
like
Wars Land
Batuu-
aside, what would be the first place in Disneyland you guys would go to? Like if you had your choice to get there with kids, without kids, but your like go-to thing that you would do if it wasn't for Star Wars Land.
We usually bust a right. So as soon as you go into Disneyland in California, go right
Yeah.
into Tomorrowland
Okay.
and hit Star Tours or Space Mountain. One of those
Nice.
two rides is like kind of how we start.
Go to.
Go to
Nice.
get things going.
Sweet.
That's at least that's what I do. But
Heck yeah.
yeah.
On Saturday, the one ride that we wanted to do specifically on the California Adventure side was the Soarin' ride, because you know how it's like it used to be Soarin' over California, and then they
Yep.
changed it to like Soarin' around the world or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But right now it's back to being just Soarin' over California. So they brought
Oh
that
man.
part of it back. So we wanted to go back and do that. And then on Sunday when we came in, the line wasn't terribly long, because on the app you can like check the way, like you can see exactly how long the lines are and stuff like that in real time. So the line for the Haunted Mansion wasn't bad on Sunday morning, and they've completely redone the line. And so I wanted, like, the ride's the same, but the line has all been remodeled and redecorated. So I wanted to see what that looked like.
Oh, I heard
very
about
cool.
that.
A little underwhelming. Like it was
Yeah.
okay. It was okay. It was like,
It's like little
There was-
things here and there.
yeah. I don't know that it was really a big deal, but
When you did Soarin' California, I don't know if you knew this in the past, and I don't know if they did it again, but it used to be like you'd fly over like a orange orchard, like orchard kind of thing, but like orange
Yeah.
field, and you could
Yeah.
smell
You'd smell it.
oranges.
Whoa.
I remember
Did
that
they
as
bring
a
that
kid.
back?
they've
they
got,
bring back-
yep, they had the
Huh.
orange smell. They've got pine. They've got pine pine
Ooh.
scent that they put in the air when you're in a couple of different scenes as
Oh,
well.
Going
man,
over
that's cool.
Endor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Those orange groves that you're flying over are like
Orange County,
almost walking distance from where I live.
They're like
Hmm.
local.
right? Yeah.
Dang.
That's cool.
Cool. Right on.
No
All right.
regrets.
Well, speaking of WonderCon and all that, Raimi, did you want to segue into the next? Oh, brother. Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
me
yeah,
a
go
second.
for it. Go for
We
it.
can do that. All right.
Oh,
Oh, what's this?
We got a song. So we know we got to do the
We got a
Kids Bop
song.
version of the song so we don't get pulled down.
Yeah.
the Kids Pop version.
What the hell version is this?
Because if we use the real song, we'll get taken down.
It's taken
But
from
if we
my
use the
second.
Kids Bop version,
this
we're
Kids
good to go. Yeah.
Is this Kids Bop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Dude.
Oh man, Kids
I
Bop.
wanted,
those
I wanted one
classic.
song so I don't have to basically go through the family reunion show twice.
Volume
I think
30.
That's amazing.
So,
They cover them all.
as everybody knows, we've got not one but two family reunions coming up here in the not too distant future. So the first one up is we've got WonderCon. So on the Friday evening of WonderCon, March 28th at 7:30 p.m. for 1 hour, 7:30 to 8:30 in room 208. Dad Batch will be doing a family reunion. It's right after the con ends. So con ends at 7 o'clock. So you can go to the con on Friday, do the event. They'll kick you out, and then you can come right on upstairs to room 208 and hang out with the Dad Batch for about an hour and basically watch us do a live version of the show, talk about what's on your workbench, talk about the news that you're interested in hearing and talking about, and basically participate in the show. We want to hear from you. The family reunion events are our chance to talk about you. It's your show, not ours. So again, Friday, March 28th at WonderCon from 7:30 to 8:30 in room 208. And then Saturday, April 19th at 4 o'clock in Japan on the HoloNet News stage, another Dad Batch podcast family reunion. So we'll be going international again. Same kind of event that we do at any other family reunion, but on the HoloNet News stage in Japan. So again, that one's Saturday, April 19th at 4 p.m. at Celebration Japan on the HoloNet News stage. So yeah, not one but two, and we've got some interesting surprises. We've been behind the scenes planning all kinds of neat little fun things for that one. So you're not going to want to miss
the
it.
meme of that guy in the yellow suit jacket
There-
standing behind the tree.
There might be
Goodness.
some things there might be some giveaways. There might be some things that you can only get if you come find us at Japan. There might be some only things you can only get if you come see that panel in Japan.
Exclusive.
So
Yeah.
Exclusive.
there might even be. We're working on something with our friends at Heroes and Villains that we're not ready to talk about yet. That might be tied into coming to find us at Japan. So you're not going to want to miss out.
Mhm.
Brian wants
Oh.
in. You gotta let him in.
Brian
Ooh,
needs
Oh.
Brian's lingering somewhere. Let me in.
All right,
There he is. Oh,
Brian,
he's
there he is.
grooving. up, Bry Guy?
What's up, homie?
He's dancing. Don't
We
stop
don't hear
him.
you. We
He's
don't hear you.
muted.
Mike,
He's
you're
dancing.
You're
Mike.
muted. We don't hear you.
Look at that microphone. That's
This
something
guy.
else.
Been here before.
Yeah.
I'm matching Joe. Whoa.
Yeah.
I was unplanned. Unplanned for the record.
Yeah, right.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well,
Things all here.
welcome. Yeah, we're just missing Stevie Wonder. I
Steve-O.
wonder where Stevie is. He's off.
Mm.
He's off world somewhere.
I wonder
But,
where Stevie is. Stevie Wonder.
Stevie's day job is crushing his soul right now, so he's busy.
yeah, he's doing his thing. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening to the Dad Batch. If you'd like to support the Dad Batch podcast, feel free to get some merch. Maybe a what is it? A
Jizzity
tech
Joe sticker.
apron. Yeah, a Jizzity Joe sticker. You can slap.
That's what he named
somewhere.
Brian. Jizzity Joe. That's it. That was my intro. Like 20 seconds into the pod. John
Brian, you're
goes,
lucky you missed it because I would have fubbed yours too.
Oh,
What's up,
what?
Jizzity Joe.
Gang?
Jizzity Joe got the good one. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, whoa. Well, you know,
Yeah.
has been known
Um,
to
Anyway,
play a good jizz flute.
let's go. Whoa. Off to a.
That's what it's called. It's what George called it.
All right.
Thou shalt not.
As long as there's no Purgles involved, I think
Raimi.
we'll be okay.
Just don't Google it.
Just don't Google
Hit that.
that.
Hit that.
Are we?
John's like,
Yes,
please
yes.
hit the button.
We
so
are.
workbench.
We are.
All
Hit
right.
it.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. Time for that weekly workbench. All right. Who is working on what?
John's working on killing it right now.
Dude. Stephen
Oh,
who?
oh, we got something. Something's going on right now, and it's not me. So whoever just did that,
Share.
go for it.
I'm messing
Oh.
with the. There we go. I'm trying to
Hitting the
figure out which
buttons,
layout.
Pulling
right.
levers.
Well,
My first
am
time. Sorry.
am I first? Am I?
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're in the
I'm
middle.
not really. I don't. I didn't really do much. I have something I'm working on for WonderCon that was kind of spontaneous. That kind of fell together.
Is it a surprise?
It was-
Is it? I don't know.
it
Did
was
we talk
planned.
about this?
I don't
Did
think
we
you
talk
guys
about
should
this
talk
last
about
week?
it.
We shouldn't.
Well, although Luke's probably like, wait, what?
We
He's like,
no.
that's my whole thing.
My, that's all
Talk
of my
about it.
stuff.
Talk
I-
about it.
Yeah. Okay.
We talked about it last week, so I
Or
think
we
it's out
ta-
there.
Well, it's confirmed then. Okay. So we're doing I guess it's a Daredevil universe cosplay group for WonderCon.
There you go.
And I didn't really have anything planned, or because everyone kind of had their own thing going already. And
You were
Brian
peer
suggested suggested I do a Punisher, which I happen to have a vest for that I just kind of painted and
Nice.
not exactly stoked on it, but it'll work for what we're doing.
Looks great.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's so sick.
so the vest is pretty much it, and then I guess Brian's going to be sending me some things that I can throw on to look more
the box
on it-
is
on a
sitting
sheet.
right here.
awesome.
Nice.
Are we gonna still do some like nicks and scratches and band-aids and stuff?
Oh yeah. So I have prosthetics that I got from my buddy AJ from Melpax. This like prosthetic company, like they make prosthetics and paint and stuff for special effects. So I'm gonna be putting on like a scar on my nose or maybe a cut or something. There's like bullet holes, so maybe I'll put a bullet hole somewhere. There we go. So yeah, Raimi, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to help me with that one. Like at the hotel room, we'll figure out how to apply that and paint it and get it looking
Mm-hmm.
It's
fleshy. Yeah, Amy's hanging. Say hi. Okay. We're all making this all right. So yeah, so that should be good to go for that. For WonderCon.
You've never done that character before, right?
No. A long time ago, I was gonna do a mashup of a Mando with the Punisher theme, and then I never
Oh,
did.
Oh wow.
And
That
that
would've
was
been
as close
cool.
as I got to it.
That
Huh.
would have been cool.
And that's as close as I got. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I'll show you guys pictures later. It was kind of neat. But
I never saw
then-
season 2, but season 1 of Punisher, Frank
Oh,
Castle, like that's a good show.
Dude, so good.
Season 2 is good.
That's why.
Wow.
That's
Dude, the
why
whole
that
show's
one.
good. Yeah.
That's
You
why
gotta
that
watch
one
the show.
Comic Con we went to with Tori with her Punisher. We just poured blood all over her.
She was
of
drenched.
season 2.
Dude,
Yeah,
the last episode of season 1 was bloody enough. Jeez,
Season 2 is gnarly.
even worse. Yeah,
It's
I
really
think
good.
so.
Yeah.
I think
And
so.
apparently, he's made
Cool.
comments that this new series.
it's gonna be
It's
worse.
going to be gnarlier. Well, I mean, we have stuff to talk about a little later.
Just get the
in the
big
Marvel
Costco
Minute, right,
size
Luke?
version of ketchup and just go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want to be bloody everywhere. I'm just going to do like nicks and
Ketchup.
cuts, maybe a
Yeah.
bullet hole right here or something. I don't know.
Ketchup.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll
I
just
have
start
an
saving.
awesome
I'll just start saving ketchup packets and send them in the mail, and then you can.
Just squish them. Yeah.
Texas Pete hot sauce.
Thank you.
Joe.
Yeah.
Texas Pete.
It's give me some
Oh,
tapatio.
damn.
Texas Pete.
Have you seen
Don't
that
get
yet,
that.
Joe?
Just
Have
don't
you seen
get
that?
hot sauce in your eye or your cornhole because that will burn.
Oh
No.
my goodness. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I got one of these things. One of these
Pro
old
tip.
guys.
Oh,
A DP
Yeah.
mask. This is actually for a backup because I have Plan A that I spoke about last week.
Mhm.
That is hopefully happening. You know, everything is in order and it should be going on.
I need a mask. Where'd I go? Get a mask.
I got this off someone on Facebook, so it was like
Nice.
in the Deadpool group, and it was on. He was trying to get rid of it, and I just snagged it up.
I like how yours looks like it's got sort of a sheen to it.
Mine,
Like it's a little it's a little
'Cause that's
shiny.
screen
It looks
printed.
good.
mine is
Yeah.
screen printed lycra, I think, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's very
Screen
thin.
accurate.
It's
Yeah, it
it's
looks
what?
good.
It looks great. It looks great.
Screen accurate.
It's really nice. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
a half.
super nice.
See how there's no chin, so it has this like chin strap thing that is super weird, but it looks really good when it's on. Like
Definitely.
prosthetic.
It for sure
It's all about
does.
prosthetics. You got a prosthetic.
It's a prosthetic chin for real. Like that's what that is. And I
Yeah.
even tried it on without the chin, and it once you have the chin on, it looks weird with the chin off. So it's like you gotta have
For sure.
Yeah, it looks way better with it.
I
with
want
it
one.
on.
chin on.
So if you have it off, you look like Bart Simpson with your upper.
Yeah, it looks like you have like
jaw.
a huge overbite, right? Yeah, you're, yeah.
I want one.
Mine too, Overpool, yeah. But that's it, I
Deadpool.
think. Otherwise, it's been raining lately, so I haven't been able to paint. I'm trying to finish up this Helldiver kit that I have for someone that's kind of been like, he hasn't been bugging me, but he's kind of like been like, hey, what's up? So I'm like, dude, it's been raining. I'm sorry. My power went out yesterday. I couldn't even paint.
Oh,
so
shit.
yeah, I couldn't even open the garage. I was like, oh man,
Yeah. How long was it
dang.
out for?
a couple
It was-
hours.
Yeah,
Like
it was
3
a while,
hours.
right?
Yeah.
It never rains in Cali, man. That's
It never. The
crazy.
power never goes out where I live. That's. I was like, I
Jeez.
told Ramy, I'm like, dude, the power's out, and he's like, not here. I'm like, all right, good.
What do we do?
It was like a block. It was like a whole Apple block or whatever. I don't know,
Yeah, that's wild. Because I don't
Luke
live
and
that
I
far
just
from you.
flipped the generator on.
Did you
dude. It
just
will.
flip the
When
switch?
that happened, I thought about that. I was like, damn, I need a generator. I don't have one. So
Yeah.
think about it.
They come in. nice.
Yeah, that's it. Who's next? There he is.
Oh boy.
Speaking of
Me.
Daredevil,
Speaking of Daredevil, sheesh. I just turned on the switch and like really got to work this week. I decided to like overhaul my Deadpool. That's funny. My Daredevil suit that I had. I have a season 2 style Daredevil suit, and yeah, I pulled it back out of its like tote bin, which I haven't had out in some time, and yeah, really just kind of like went to work on it. Like I took it in a couple panels to like make it fit a little bit tighter. It's like a textured stretch material, so it was always a little kind of like just had some extra material that could be tucked in and like pulled in a little bit, fit better. Printing new shoulder armor. Gosh, I like totally redid my helmet, which for the video folks is right here. And I made some bubble lenses for it, which was a little bit more accurate and new. It took time to do that. Put a stretch panel in the back so it fits a little bit better.
Nice.
This helmet was always kind of tight, so it was something that should have been done for me for some time ago. Sheesh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like seriously, head to toe, like overhauling this kit. And so that's been a lot of fun for WonderCon because we just got talking about the exciting costume group thing that we were going to do, and so it just got me super stoked to dive in.
When did you first wear that costume?
So geez, I mean, it was like 2018,
Oh,
probably.
that's a while ago.
Yeah, probably 2018.
When the show was out, right?
When the show was on.
back
yeah,
when, yeah.
Yeah, some whatever season 2, like for Netflix, like whenever that aired or ended, it was right around that time frame. When we started getting like reference material for that suit, and that suit eventually kind of got offered through some of the makers that do some of the soft goods and stuff that we all kind of collectively know about. Yeah, and then actually, like, flash forward when Brian's favorite show, She-Hulk, came out. Daredevil was shown.
Favorite. This is favorite.
Yeah. Hey, the
Number
She-Hulk
one.
comic's actually pretty awesome. Just gonna say, I really like it. He had a different look in that show, and it was the same suit, but it was a different paint job. And so, like, I painted it to match the ketchup and mustard colorway in that show, which was the original Daredevil colorway. Flash forward to this conversation, like last week, I had a task of like painting my whole suit again.
Repainting everything.
Yeah, repainting it, which it's not painted in the first place. It was like a textured, stretchy fabric material. So it's taken on like a whole nother form. This is like its third life, which is kind of
What'd you
insane.
paint it with?
Born again.
Spray paint, straight up spray paint and airbrush for the weathering.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the like black mist kind of weatherings, all the airbrush, but
Hopefully
yeah, head
when
to
it starts,
head
you
to
start
toe.
wearing it and it stretches. Hopefully the yellow doesn't start to come through.
Oh no.
No, I actually, you know what? So like I
It won't,
stretched
it
the
won't.
arm, like, because it was only on the sleeves on the
Yeah.
upper suit. So I stretched out the arms and like would spray it and kind of
Paint
have
it in
my
there.
hand in the sleeve and
Oh.
like paint it, and then let that material retract and then spray it again after it had already dried. So
Yeah. It
Um,
won't. That was just
no, not at all. Yeah, no.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was sure to wash away the mustard for you.
Thank goodness. Let's
So-
just
That's
get
a
rid of
dope
that.
suit though. The yellow one is like arguably the coolest one.
It's
Even
pretty-
though it was not in your favorite show, Brian. I
For
think it
sure.
looked cool.
I actually think the style of that suit is pretty dope with that colorway. So
It's just
Brian's not
different.
feeling
It's
it.
dope.
yeah,
Love
I'm
it.
different. Yeah, I'm
That one I
different.
like.
And then a ton of Japan stuff too. But I mean, shoot, man, I want to hear what you guys are working on too. So I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna go next since we're talking about the Daredevil group thing.
Yeah.
Here we go. Buckle up,
Here we-
everyone.
Here we go. Everybody, hold on. So one way or
Everyone put in
another.
the chat what they think Steven's going to be.
Oh yeah. So we want to hear from everybody in the
I
group
think
chat.
we said it
So
last week though.
We're
Yeah.
talking about I think it's out there, but
This
Oh,
should
we're-
be,
yeah, so we're doing a group thing for Daredevil. And yeah, so one way or another, it came out that I should do the 2003 Colin Farrell version of Bullseye. So let's take a look at this costume for a second, shall we?
Oh,
God.
shucks.
This is
Yeah,
this is
Steven
it.
thinking.
Yo,
Dude.
man,
really.
you got to
So
chill. My wife is on YouTube, dog.
So as luck would have it, I found that
Oh, no.
jacket.
Oh my gosh.
Lucky
Not only
ass.
did I find the jacket, I have it right here.
Oh,
He's all happy too. Look at Ramey's so happy right now.
He loves it.
I'm like, why have I not bought this jacket sooner? It's so cool.
Can you make
Hey,
yourself bigger
can you
so
make yourself
the
bigger,
audience can see
Ramey,
it?
so we can see it.
wait.
I gotta stop
Pause.
sharing.
Whoa, take
Pause.
it easy. There's
Don't
no
make
Purgles
yourself
around.
bigger while wearing the
Yeah,
jacket.
not that much bigger. Look,
Where is
Oh,
it?
man.
There we go. All right, here we go.
Oh, dude. There it is.
That is so dope,
oh my
dude.
god.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Dude.
I think that's just cool for other
it's real-
uses too.
It's real leather.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh,
It's
real?
actually real leather.
You
Is it
killed an
alligator?
alligator for that.
It's probably nice and cool right now, huh? When you put it on. Like
For the
silky
moment,
cool.
yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
sweating
yeah,
like
yeah.
crazy
Until it
when
gets warm, right?
Oh,
So I do have to
man.
make a
dude.
couple little alterations to it. Like there's a split up the back, so it's like
Mm.
like a duster, so it's like up to the waist in the
for
back. It's
access.
cut open. I got to put a couple buckles on it in a couple places, but
Luke Kirby.
where's all the other stuff? So I got he's
Access
okay.
channels.
So he's got so I made a little stencil. Where's my camera? So I made a
You're
little
gonna
stencil. So we're gonna
Can you
hold
fit it on your
this.
head? Yeah.
We're gonna put this on my forehead, and we're gonna draw the little with
Oh,
the
man.
red.
Dude,
marker.
this
We're gonna
is so
draw the
dope.
little thing on my forehead with the
You
red.
can use
marker.
a red
And then-
pen.
Yeah, red pen. And then we've got the rigid collodion stuff that we're going to paint on, and that'll make my skin like
Dude,
pucker up and indent to look like a scar.
it's
So
gonna
we'll get-
pucker
we'll
up.
get- We'll get the
It's
effect.
get- I believe
Something's
the
puckering up.
medical term is called sphincter. It's gonna
Yeah, that.
Oh,
gonna
no.
pucker up.
So we've got the
It
the
It
little
does give
stuff
off
that,
that vibe.
that we put in there.
Sphincter.
We've got
Target
that.
bullseye sphincter.
I've got the choker chain that he wears around his
Oh
neck.
wow, dude! Dude, you're
Tighter
enjoying
than
this
a-
so much, Ramy.
The boots are in the other room. I can't show the
Tighter
boots
than a
right now. I got a
purple-
bunch of rings here. Oh, and he's got 6 earrings in his ear and 2 in his eyebrow.
You're piercing your ears and your eyebrow.
I mean,
He's
since
going
when have
to
I ever
Claire's
done anything
tomorrow.
halfway,
You gotta
right?
go to the mall. 'cause
healed.
That's where they do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
push the little
He's
girl
gonna-
out
Claire's.
of the chair. And, you just push the little girl out of the chair.
So
and
it's
just sit
healed
in
by
there
the
and say,
time WonderCon comes up.
Do it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
so let's go back to this, because what we've got to look at is the pants.
Wear the pants. Let's
The
do it.
We
pants
have to. Okay.
Oh
pants
yes,
are what are out of control on this costume.
dude! Look at the crotch.
This
Hold
is
on.
the best episode.
These
ever.
are the pants on
Crotches
this costume. I'm
is
like, so
Zipperless.
fortunately, apparently,
buttonless.
however many years ago, yeah. So the crotch, right? So wait, no, I think there's like a close
It's
up.
drawstring,
Yeah,
but it's
draw-
like
It's like freaking drawstrings
in.
on the
but
crotch.
it's like medieval.
Zoom in on the crotch.
I
it's
don't
the same
think
as the leg.
I don't
So, yeah.
know.
I don't know.
Little
what Ryan
leg.
just said. It
I
looks
haven't
like
stopped
Tiger
crying
King.
for 5 minutes.
Oh,
Is
dude,
David,
your
David
butt's
Ness
gonna
in
be
the chat? I mean, David
he
Ness
is.
has got to have
He
some
is.
choice
He's in
on
there.
it.
He says
your
leave
butt's
some
gonna be
left left.
accentuated, Ramy.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Your buttocks.
So I
Brother,
found the
take
right
it easy.
I found the right material. I found the right material to make these out of, and I've got that, and I've got the little things to do the little rivets down the side and all of that.
Wow.
I've got a plan for how I'm going to make them. We'll see if this works out. But this is real. I mean, I found the doggone jacket. This is really, the pants are the only thing I have to make. So,
I don't know.
and again, I got the boots. I forgot to grab them before we started. They're here.
Ladies
Oh,
and
and I 3D modeled the belt buckle. So
That's
there's
Wow.
let's see, this is
Like a
the picture
ninja
in the-
star looking
Yeah, you
belt
can see the
buckle.
belt buckle's like a ninja star or something. I don't know. Like you can
Yeah.
see it in the picture here.
That might be the worst looking bullseye ever.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it look good.
It's
Well,
called a
he's
sphincter.
gonna look legendary, but it is
Yeah.
a gnarly design.
There's gonna be like 2 people that know who he is.
Oh,
No,
his shirt.
everyone's
his
gonna know.
shirt has
Everyone's
this-
gonna know.
His shirt has this like cross that like
Barely
was painted
see.
onto it. So,
Sorry,
Uh,
Jen.
God,
where'd
the
it go? Yeah, so
comments
I've
are
got-
going off.
I've got that. So I gotta
Oh,
wash
there
it a
you
couple times to get it to fade out so
Yeah.
that it matches that. But I've got it painted on here.
Dude.
Please
course,
welcome to
like,
the
yeah.
stage of the Blue Oyster Club, Remy Shanaday.
But yeah. So we're going full goth on this costume apparently.
Wow.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I was gonna have to shave for Japan anyways, so it'll be no problem. I'll just shave down to the goatee, and then I'll just stay like that.
And then
through
it'll
April.
keep going. Right.
Dude, you're gonna walk out of that con with like dollar bills shoved in your waist.
Hey, if it pays for Japan, I'm all down.
My God.
Dude, if you can make those pants breakaway,
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, we're
you
talking.
got a pair of scissors. Anything's breakaway.
All right,
All right,
How do
Brian.
I follow this?
Brian, you're up.
How do I follow this?
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
uh,
Ooh.
So I've been collecting more like soft parts and stuff, and just piecing together my Japan.
What kind of soft
costume.
parts?
But I don't have anything to show on that. But I have
Soft
been.
prosthetics because we said prosthetics.
I've slowly been doing some Deadpool upgrades. So I
Oh.
printed this accurate hilt for the swords. complete
Yes.
with the this one is
Is that resin?
this one B. It's B and Dorothy, right? Dorothy on the
B.
bottom.
Arthur.
B. Arthur and
I think Dorothy, right? Did you say
Yeah.
Dorothy?
Dorothy. Yeah, DR. But I modified this. The files came with the blade, but I took these foam swords that I have. This is foam that has like fiberglass in it.
Oh, Yeah.
They and modified it to fit into the hilt. So this is a nice con friendly foam.
Dude, that doesn't look foam.
right?
It
Those
doesn't.
foam blades are awesome. I have a set of
Your
those
camera's
too.
very
How'd you make it
low-
shiny? What'd you do?
low-fi right now, but
No, they come like that.
This
They
is how they
come, they
come?
come dipped chrome like that. And
Really?
It's a flexible chrome. Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
What?
and I don't
It's
know. I don't know
painted?
if it's paint or what
it's probably
it is.
film. It's probably like
But
a wrap.
It's
But I had
yeah.
you can
like
kinda
like
see
like
on
tint,
this-
like window tint, kind of.
It's
I don't.
probably like a
It's
sticker,
on
you know, like-
there. It's not coming off. I've never
No.
chipped or scratched mine where it shows an under material to it.
No.
Yeah, YouTube, it's not real. Don't cut
No,
us
this
off.
is foam.
Hey, demonetized.
Oh yeah, we're taking off.
It's all good.
YouTube.
But this is
though.
I actually had to like cut away some of the foam to fit in my hilts in my
Had to
sheaths
handle.
for
Mm.
Florida, and I had to like sand off the foam, right? So I
Oh,
used
yeah.
like what is it, that EVA foam putty,
hmm
Oh.
right? The foam putty. It's like craft foam putty. It's like the foam we get and you use for model or costuming and stuff, make armor and
Mhm.
stuff out of. But it's like a putty, and I shoved that in there, and I just used the chrome Rust-Oleum spray paint, and it matched like perfect.
Yeah, it looks great.
What?
So you can kind of
Really
see
good.
it, but in person, you-
Nah, but it's
you don't
fine.
even see it
Nah,
because I
you-
took like a chunk out of it to.
I'm
Mhm.
surprised that metallic
tell.
paint worked on anything.
Dude, it works perfect on this thing. It's crazy. It
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
blends.
wouldn't
Matt-
have known unless
Match,
you
yeah,
said,
Matt. Yeah,
you-
totally.
Yeah.
said something, and now we know.
That's
Now I'm looking at
perfect.
it.
So this thing's sweet. I'm printing the
You need
hand guards
the
and stuff.
yeah, the
So
guard.
I'm super stoked how this came
Wow.
out.
It came out awesome, dude.
Modified it, and now it's like full con friendly. Like,
And you
so-
made it so
Mhm.
if it gets
Awesome.
damaged, you can make.
Let's
another
lower
one.
it though, so we don't get like kicked off of
Yeah,
YouTube, though,
yeah,
just in
yeah,
case. Yeah.
And accurate too. I mean,
Everyone's-
changing the handle matches what we see on the screen, which is
Yeah.
a really cool mod to those blades.
you
So
know? So little upgrades.
It's not a real
thank you,
weapon,
Steph.
YouTube.
It's not a real weapon, YouTube. It is a
Thank you
fake
for letting them
sword.
know.
You guys are still in the comments, so we must still be live.
We
So,
must
We're
be
still
on.
we're still good.
I did some stuff like that, and I've upgraded the leg straps and my shoulder strap to the
mhm.
rubber one, which is super cool, which is good for John because I have extra pieces for him now. So
Yeah, I'll take it.
spread the love. But yeah, these have been fun. This has been like super fun to work on. Pull it back up. That's been cool. I was like, when I got the foam blade to fit inside of it, I was like, oh, what just happened? So,
Ultimate unlock.
once I get all that stuff done, I'm gonna start working on Cowboy Pool. I just gotta source stuff and buy things.
Come on now.
I
haven't
saw
buckled.
somebody, like one of those cosplay manufacturers that are, kind of adjacent to some of the more like maybe kind of like elevated products out there.
Mhm.
It was maybe like a pro cosplay or like a sim cosplay. I think one of those guys offer.
I,
Maybe you
s-
could-
I saw it. I saw it, and the
Yeah.
pants are like one piece because he has like black pants on, and then he has his chaps on over it.
That's
and
right.
I saw that I saw that costume on a guy in MegaCon,
Mm.
and it was okay. But I saw a guy on Facebook or something that had actually done it with the chaps and the pants and everything,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm going to do because I talked about this last time. Christy is tailoring my suit to make it tighter, and
That's
I'm
right.
having her cut the waist off and put a zipper on.
Oh, yeah.
So I can take
Tear
the
away.
pants off and then leave the top part on, and then do the pants and the chaps. So
Man.
Right. So
Yeah,
you
very
can
cool.
split the costume in two and use it for either Deadpool or Cowboy Pool. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
because the
perfect.
belt goes right over the seam
Right.
on the waist.
You could even put a little
Perfect.
piece of Velcro to make sure it doesn't move or anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll
Up,
probably
yeah.
put some like loops on the inside so I can like attach it to the pants so the jacket
Mhm.
doesn't like pull up.
Yeah,
Right.
want to ride up.
Rise. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Cool,
I
man.
mean, my initial
call.
goal was I wanted a Cowboy Pool. So, but if I can make it dual purpose,
Totally.
run
You
around with
can.
Luke on my back, you know.
Do
You
it
guys
up.
got to send me a link to get a Deadpool costume, right? Because I have to have one for Comic Con next year, right? I have to-
We'll get you the onesie
We have ideas for you, dude.
where it's just like
Comic Con this year.
like the
Yeah, this year. Shoot, I'm sorry, 2025. Yeah,
Yeah.
freak. Okay,
yeah.
just
Comic
point me in the right
Right.
direction. I'll
We
procure.
got ideas
Yeah.
for you.
Thunder
Because-
Down Under Deadpool tearaway suit.
Because we've all got one version of Deadpool or another for Comic Con this year.
Yeah, This year. Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's the plan. Okay.
Apparently,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
allegedly, absolutely.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Is that everyone? Oh, Joe, let's go, Joe, Jizzity Joe. What do you know, Jizzity Joe?
Oh my gosh. Are we have you guys talked about like what's happening in Japan and like what we're doing? Have you guys showed anything
Yeah,
or no?
yeah,
Have
yeah.
you showed anything or no?
We have
Not.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
Stevie like showed his armor 2 weeks
I
ago
showed
or a
mine.
week ago.
A little.
Yeah,
We're
they've been
showing our
things.
stuff.
They've been
Just
showing
a
things.
little.
yeah.
I
Are we
showed my
showing our
mask.
stuff.
Just
Yeah,
a
show
bits
some
and pieces,
stuff.
nothing holistic.
Okay, so I'll share a little bit. So it's
Yeah.
fun is because we're taking obviously the concept of the Bad Batch and making a Japanese version, right? So it's really cool. But I didn't want to just basically like just copy and paste tech. So I'm taking elements and themes and the essence of him. So obviously he's full of tools. And here's the situation. So I think this is a kind of a neat thing is that I don't have my printer with me. I didn't pack anything with me. I'm in the middle of a move. And so I'm kind of like the casual fan that's looking at Etsy, looking at Amazon and pulling pieces that make sense and kind of just putting things together without actually making something. So hopefully this is encouragement for those that don't have
Yeah.
access to a printer, don't know how to do some of those things, or maybe don't have time. But I just kind of want to show some of the stuff that I acquired because like you want to have this Japanese look, but you also want to have like Star Wars type stuff. And one a really good friend of the podcast, Prop Rights Props, Scott is a really good maker. And so I kind of want to show off some of the stuff that I bought from him. And I mean we've seen his stuff before for Comptono and that kind of stuff, but this is for me, and I'm like super stoked. Like so I have this Bacta spray thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, not that tech would be the medic guy, but I just bought a bunch of gadgets, right? So these tools, this is like some kind of wrench. There's like another droid wrench or something, and I don't know. It's just really neat stuff. So it's just a big shout out basically for him and his work. And there's a lot of great makers out there. But tech he needs tools. So I bought this pouch from Amazon, ripped off the zippers and just started putting the tools on there. And I kind of have some ideas shaping up. So it's been fun. If for somebody, you know, some of us don't have a lot of time to make stuff or have access to things. I'm kind of figuring it out, but it's been fun. So
Nice.
shout out to those that can't do it. There's ways to do it. And it's fun. So that's all I really want to share.
Joe, have you drawn out any portion of your suit in any way, or like sketched it out on an iPad, or like doodled it, or?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think most people, I mean, I can sketch. I'm not the best artist, but what I did is just looked at ideas on images, you know, just whatever Google Images. And what kept popping up was like these like cyber type, you know, I don't even know what you want to call it, like ninjas, but cyber fusion type images and
Cyber Ninja.
subages, and yeah. So it's like decided to kind of go a certain route. But I just had I think I'm pretty good at visualizing stuff and then making it come to fruition. So yeah. And then you guys saw the original mask. I'll go ahead and show the mask that I acquired because the first one I had I didn't like. But let me
The first one was cool.
See,
yeah,
dude?
it was
Yeah.
okay. It was all right.
First one was cool, and that second one is wowzers.
But this is the new mask, and then I weathered it.
Dude,
Oh, I love that.
I
That
know.
one's cool.
Yeah, so I really like this mask, and this also came from.
Sick.
I'm gonna pull up the maker.
I love it.
Bone Bite Japanese from Oversculpt
Wow,
on Etsy, and so imagine tech, right?
dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Steven saw this and then superimposed Blizzy's coming out.
Yeah.
That was me.
yeah.
That was Raimi.
Oh, that was Raimi. Dude, your guys' game is stepping up because normally I have the.
We're
fun
gonna
with
get
the-
you hot dogs in Japan and just stick them on there.
dude. They could be like a little rotisserie.
That's
Yeah,
how we'll
that's-
cook. That's how we'll cook them.
That's what they come. Yeah,
Dude,
so
your
it's just-
weathering is sick on that piece, man. That's
Thanks,
so
man.
cool.
You know, I tried instead of
Looks like
normally I go with
marble.
normally
Yeah,
I go
it
with
does.
acrylics. but I decided to use oils.
That's wild.
If there was a
And,
drop of green in that, it would look like jade.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It almost looks like jade as is, like a light.
So
Yeah.
I use black and then brown for the bone.
Oh,
And,
dude.
Oh man,
That would be sick.
Kind of want you to do the jade now.
Do green,
Same.
green and white.
It's staying as is.
That is cool though.
That's how we get each other in trouble, people.
It's cool. I love it.
Oh, it's
Hold on.
really-
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
No, I don't want that.
Oh.
Kind of fits well, yeah.
Ah,
That is disturbing. That
Hold
looks
it
like
there.
Mr. Freeze from the
Hold it
Batman
there.
animated series.
Hold it there.
Oh my god, it is so good.
I got a screenshot.
So yeah, I need to get a second mask now, and we'll both be there in Japan. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on.
Your whole kit. We've seen your whole kit, and
Oh, dude, the back
Yeah.
check backpack.
Yeah.
That was fun to make.
yeah,
That was
It's
fun
so
to make.
dope.
I think we're all onto something. I think it's gonna be cool.
dude. When we're together,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
nice.
when one of us is by ourselves. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay.
This one's gonna be fun. We're not gonna be complete, but I'm also jealous of WonderCon too because that sounds fucking awesome. Oh,
It's no Japan, but it'll do.
oops.
We can get a blow up doll and then just kind of hold it, and that's Hunter. One of those.
Just bring the one with the
But we'll do.
We're being hailed. This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Oh, brother.
Oh, it's so hot in
Okay.
here. It's so freaking hot in here. I gotta take off.
That was a great segue.
That's the equivalent of the hook.
Yeah.
The old vaudeville.
To
hook.
wrap it up, B.
Like, what did I say?
Okay, so we'll start off with some celebration news. So the Lightspeed shopping reservations go up tomorrow as we record this, March 13th. So the Lightning Lane shopping reservations open up Thursday, March 13th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which actually ends up being Friday, March 14th at 8 a.m. Japan Standard Time. The reservations are limited to one per person. So, for example, if you purchase a Saturday and a Sunday badge, you still only get to make one reservation. If you're unable to participate in the Lightspeed Lane reservation process, the official show store will have some limited on-site standby lines, subject to availability on a first-come, first-served basis. The Lightspeed Lane reservation system is going to close when all the time slots have been booked. If you get a reservation and then subsequently transfer your ticket to someone else, the reservation does not follow the ticket. It goes poof. So anybody that thinks that they're going to get the reservations, and I'm going to guess that this is going to go for the panels too, since they're using the same system for all this stuff. So if you think that you're going to get your badge and like load it up with panels, like with the lottery system that goes up later in the month,
Mm-hmm.
or the Lightning Lane for so this is for the show store, by the way. So if you think you're going to load it up with a bunch of stuff and then sell your ticket, it does not look like this is going to work. Because like I said, that says that the reservations don't work if you transfer the ticket to somebody else. So again, this all goes up on the Thursday, March 13th at 4 p.m. Pacific for the shopping reservations. So anybody that has a ticket in their name, they should be getting the email with the link to go get there in the queue. They've been sending the emails out like kind of morning of or whatever that says like, all right, here's your link to jump in the queue later today. And then later this month, on the 25th of March is when you can do the same thing for panel reservations. So all of this information and then some is up on StarWarsCelebration.com. Okay, a bunch of stuff for The Mandalorian and Grogu. So Jon Favreau took the stage during the Future of World Building panel at Austin's South by Southwest convention this past weekend to talk about the Mandalorian and Grogu film and some interesting Disney park tie-ins that they have in the works for the film, both in the form of details from the film making their way into the park, and actually more interesting details from the park making their way into the film. So first up, we've got the little BD droids. So the little duck droids that like we've seen walking around at Disneyland that they developed. So these guys are going to be making an appearance in the film. And supposedly it's not just a small role, but they've actually been referred to as like the stars of the film. I'm sure that's not going to be entirely true because it's called The Mandalorian and Grogu, not the BDX droids and Grogu. So we'll see just how big of a role it is. But they've been referred to as having a rather large part. So they also revealed that they will be tuned up in the movie by an Anzellan named Otto. So they had a little Anzellan that was riding out onto the stage. They had the droids there. He was riding out. So I've got my Heroes and Villains Anzellan shirt on in honor of the news. So you can get this shirt on heroesandvillains.com. In addition to the droids making an appearance in the film, they're also going to be making appearances at Disney World, Disneyland Japan, and Disneyland Paris in the upcoming months between now and when the film comes out as well. So they're going to take the and you know what? You can kick them and they actually don't fall over. They are very well balanced and they will stay standing up.
That's not a challenge, those that are listening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll get kicked out for trying, but they are very well balanced and they've got quite a bit of machinery inside of them to keep them standing upright. So
is this a Boston Dynamics thing?
It's the same kind of idea. No, I mean Imagineering put them together, but it's the same kind of idea where you can push them and try to disrupt them and they will hold their balance.
Yeah.
Wow.
It feels like what I did to Techfish in Florida.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
But these stay standing.
Yes.
These live.
They will stay standing. And they've each been curated with different personalities. So like these guys, I think they refer to them as like Huey, Dewey, and
These
Louie.
don't die if they fall.
They
Like tech.
they've got different personalities. Like one of them is a little braver than the other, one of them's shy, kind of a thing. And like they will they maintain those personalities. Like there's a little bit of an AI algorithm in each of them, and they maintain these personalities throughout their quote unquote life. So those behavioral characteristics that they develop as they're programmed and kind of carry out their life, they keep those traits. So it's very interesting how they develop these guys. There's all kinds of documentaries and stuff, both on YouTube and Disney Plus about these things. So
That's cool.
Let's see. Jon Favreau also announced a new update to Batu's Smuggler's Run ride that will launch day and date with the release of the Mandalorian and Grogu film. So,
Cool.
So for this, he brought Imagineers Leslie Evans and Asa Kalama out to talk about the new adventure, saying how special it is for them to be able to tell stories across many different mediums. One of the cool things about Disney is how we can tell our stories in so many different formats. We're already taking Mando and Grogu from the TV screen to the movie screen. And at the same time, Dave Filoni and I are working with Leslie and Asa to bring this story to the Disney parks too. Now, the new mission will be incorporated in the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride. So it's going to debut at the same time and day as the new feature film, The Mandalorian and Grogu, on May 22nd, 2026.
Oh, wow.
And the Imagineer Asa Kalama added the following. He said, opening an attraction and such a massive movie on the same day wouldn't be possible without the relationships we have inside Disney. John and Dave have shared their story with us, and now we've all worked together to come up with a new mission for Smuggler's Run that plays into this narrative. And Favreau added, this isn't going to retell what happens in the movie. It's more like participating in something that's happening just off camera than what you see in the film.
Oh.
Now, that said, they gave us 3 different locations that the ride is going to take you through during the adventure. So you're going to get to see Tatooine. So now this is the Millennium Falcon ride. This is not Star Tours.
Right.
It's the Millennium Falcon ride,
It's
right?
new, yeah.
So you're going to go through Tatooine,
Wow.
Bespin,
Okay, this is
See-
sick.
see- and the next one,
City in the Clouds.
Endor post Death Star 2.
Oh, dude.
This is the one that blew my mind.
That's
Because look at this. You're basically flying through the wreckage
That's
the-
amazing.
Of the Death
blowing
Star.
Death Star.
Do you
Before
Oh
this-
my god.
do you
That
think
is
Dude,
do you think they'll recreate Return of the Jedi where you blow it up and then you
No, I
come
think
out?
you'll be no, I think you'll
I
be
think it's
flying
already
through the
blown
wreckage.
up. Yeah.
It's already blown
Yeah,
up. This is just
because
the
it-
remnants.
It
You'll
takes
probably fly
place.
through it.
All this takes place in the Mandoverse, right? So
Oh,
you're about 7, 8, 10 years after all this
Yeah,
happens. So
so
this is just
before it's
floating in
free.
space.
onto
Yeah.
the planet.
So do you think Hondo and Nako will still be like sort of like running it, or because these are robotic, they could change them,
Yeah,
or
he is.
or they could have somebody play Peli Moto and like a live action person, like maybe be her saying, "Hey, come on,
Sure.
come on." They could do so much with that.
They could
Yeah.
redress the existing animatronic, or they could replace it with a different one. Sure.
That's pretty cool.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Ah, neat.
Yeah. So,
That's awesome.
yep, let's see. Yeah, that was it for that. Okay. Bunch of stuff for Andor. Oh, goodness, this is long. Okay. Lots of Andor news. So the entire first season of Andor is now available on Hulu. I mean, it was always on Disney Plus. It's now also available on Hulu.
Hmm.
And the first 3 episodes of season 1 are also available to stream for free on YouTube.
Oh wow.
So the episodes 1, 2, and 3. So Casa, episode 2 called That Would Be Me, and then episode 3 titled Reckoning. Those 3
I
episodes.
mean, that makes
are all-
sense, right? I mean,
all
they want to
available.
get more people hyped that have never
Yep.
seen the show.
As many views as possible. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
that have never seen the show, that's a great way to introduce friends and hey man, check this out, especially before the hype, right?
Yep,
That's-
pull you in now. And if you don't have Disney Plus, but you do have Hulu, whatever, like cast as wide of a net as possible, get people in. So
Yeah.
they've also got on YouTube, they've got a 14-minute recap of season 1 available.
Oh, nice.
And Lucasfilm announced that Gilroy is going to be hosting a live Q&A on YouTube on Thursday, March 13th. So tomorrow, as we record this at 12 p.m. Pacific time.
Have you
So
checked
that-
out that recap?
I have not.
Might be a nice refresher.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll
so
watch season 1 again just to get ready
Like
for
screw the
a lot of
refresher.
time.
Put on season 1.
That's a
It's
lot
so
of fun.
good. It's so
No, it is. It's
It is,
great.
It
but
is. It is.
yeah, it's a lot of content to watch.
Yeah. So all this is available by just going out to YouTube/Star Wars. And I know that the episodes were also on the Disney Plus YouTube channel. So Tony Gilroy also did interviews with TV Line, Collider, and Entertainment Weekly. And there's a lot of content here. So kind of went through and tried to grab the best of what was there. So for TV Line, I got a quote here. He said, "I have friends of mine who love my work, or people that I would meet who go on about Michael Clayton or go on about something else. And then, well, have you seen my show? Well, no, it's a Star Wars. I don't really. So I'm trying to win that audience over to let people know that this is the most important thing I'll ever work on. And I'm more proud of this than anything I've ever worked on. So I'm trying to pick a few of those people up." So Tony Gilroy is going around basically saying, this is the best thing I have ever done and the most important thing in my life. If you don't care about anything else that I've done, this is what you should watch.
Right. If you care about my work, this is the thing you should be watching.
Yes.
I love that. That's
so yeah.
He's right.
So for someone who's had a great career, for him to be saying this is really the pinnacle of my work, right? Like, so that's good. So then over with Collider, he commented that the decision to release the show in 3 episode chunks actually came from Disney, not him or anyone else. And that was specifically something that they came down based on some learnings that they had after the performance of Skeleton Crew. Didn't go into specifics of what that was, but that was the comment that was made. So I'm not sure that I have anything else to add to that, but it was just an interesting comment. Commented also that the run times for the episodes all range between 39 and 55 minutes long. So it was basically what we were used to from season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, you will be happy to know that there is absolutely zero use of the volume at all. None. 100% practical set. He is. Brian's
No.
anti-volume.
What was the budget of
you-
this? Do you know?
Volumeist?
I have it somewhere. I don't have it handy.
Get out of here.
Volumism?
Volumeist. How dare you?
Brian
I
just
like the
appreciates
volume.
practical sets.
I
better.
just appreciate tangible things. The volume is
Wow.
absolutely incredible, and I love
Canceled.
it.
Canceled.
$26.9 million per episode.
Yeah.
But
So that's like sets, actual physical sets, location, all that stuff versus the volume.
when you watch Andor,
Yeah.
you
It
see
feels real.
you
dude.
see the difference.
Yeah.
I know.
Andor's
I'm not against
worth-
physical sets.
Andor's worth that much per episode.
Yeah. Damn,
So
that's awesome.
this one's interesting. So they actually did some de-aging on Diego Luna, but not the way you would think they did. So check this out. So
They shaved him.
they did the de-aging on him towards the end of the season. Nowhere else. Because as you approach the end of the season, you're getting closer to Rogue
Oh,
One, which they
he looks
actually filmed
younger.
over 10 years ago. So they didn't want people to be watching the show and then go right into Rogue One and have the experience be jarring and have him all of a sudden look younger because he filmed that first. So
Huh.
they subtly de-aged him at the tail end of the show so that as you're watching it,
It
and you
fits
roll straight into
slowly.
Rogue One, it
Wow.
blends into his appearance in Rogue One
Rogue One was
so
10
that you
years
don't
ago?
notice the difference.
That
Hmm?
was cool.
Rogue
What,
One
Brian?
was 10 years ago.
Yeah, 2016.
Man, my man,
And they
doing
would have
crack, dude.
filmed
He
it.
looks
They would have
good.
filmed it 1 or 2 years prior.
I have a ticket from Rogue One right here. 12/16/16.
Is it in glass?
No,
And
it's
they
like
were-
a plexiglass.
We were
thing.
there together, weren't we, John?
Yeah,
Uh,
someone
yeah.
gifted me this. It wasn't.
oh.
It wasn't
And-
the one we did. But
And keep in mind, they would have filmed
There's a
that
date.
1, 2, maybe even 3 years prior to that. So it was over 10 years ago as far as when he filmed it, how old he was.
Oh, gotcha.
Hmm.
'Cause
So
that was
now-
2016. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, he filmed this a year plus ago as
Yeah,
well, but still,
yeah.
it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So they had to shave 10 years off of his age to make it blend in.
Yeah, that's incredible. That man, technology.
Rogue
But they
One's-
didn't have to do it for the entire season. They just did it for the episodes that butt right up to Rogue One.
Yeah, I
Rogue
still
One's
haven't
actually
seen
kinda
Rogue
cool.
One. I still haven't seen Rogue One
Shut up.
since
That's stupid.
since Andor season 1, dude.
Oh.
It's my go-to Star Wars movie.
It is it, dude.
I
It's
wanna-
my
it's
second
one of the
favorite
best.
film.
Yeah,
it's my
it's,
second out of this whole anything Star Wars. It's my
When I just
second
want to
film
put one on, like I just throw that on while I'm cleaning the
good.
house.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
never
it's
put
a
But
good-
since Andor season 1 came out,
good
I'm like,
background.
I gotta wait till I watch season 2. Then
Going fresh.
Okay, so he talked a little bit about the Gorman massacre, which we know we're going to see actually quite a bit of.
Huh?
So he commented that there's also a bit of confusion about the Gorman massacre and what is the Gorman massacre within the canon. So he said it was an opportunity to rebuild in a really significant way. It's a very significant part of our show that can do a lot of different things for us. Quite honestly, it's a very expensive to build. So we really want to use it as much as possible. So it carries over 5 different episodes. So that's almost half the season. It's what, 12 episodes, right? So 5. So that's 2 of the arcs. 1 full arc and a majority of the second. So I'm really confident that the really deep, passionate Star Wars community will appreciate how we've straightened out that story. So I'm actually not that familiar with whatever he's talking about as far as the confusion about the canon. I don't know. I know that it was referenced in Rebels, and that's kind of the extent of what I don't get into all the EU and extra
It's so
content.
much,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But apparently he's aware of whatever conflicting material there is out there about it and says that this is a way to sort of straighten the story out. Okay, that was Collider. So now on to Entertainment Weekly. He confirmed that Saw Gerrera will have an expanded role in season 2, which I think is kind of obvious because we've seen quite a bit of him in multiple costumes in the trailer. There's the cat. She has an opinion on Saw Gerrera. He also confirmed that we'll get some expansion and closure to the many relationships that we saw brewing in season 1, including the tension between Cyril and Deidre. We will get to see the moment that Mon Mothma storms out of the Senate. He says that's in our timeline. So we're definitely dealing with that. But I would say of all the characters in the show, of all the hellacious things that people go through and all the difficulties and hardships, I don't think anybody has a harder road than Mon Mothma does, because she has to do everything that everybody else does, but with all the tension, fear, and anxiety, and she has to do it in public. She has nowhere to hide, and this season just ramps that up to an almost unbearable point. What Genevieve is going to do in this second season, we realized in the first season what a brilliant actress she was, and that we hadn't found the limits of what she could do. We still haven't found them, but the opportunity to write for her and write her story large was very important to me in the second season. So we're going to get to see a lot of Mon Mothma. I think that's clear from the trailer footage we've seen. Regarding Bix, Adria Aronja's character, he said it's another huge epic journey for her. We talked about sacrifice. What do you sacrifice on the altar of something that's grown to be really important? What if two really important things come to you at the same time? What if love and revolution come to you at the same time and they don't play well together? What do you do? That'll be the friction for her. And then for Luthen, he says, I think of him as a startup CEO. Some guy who built a business in his garage. For 15 years, he built revolution in his garage, he and Clea. Then in Aldani in season 1, they went public, and now they're out there. Now for the next 4 years, how do you scale your company up? It's multinational. How do you scale your business that was so successful in your garage and build it out? And if your business is based on secrecy and paranoia, how hard is that to do? How well are you going to play with others, and how welcoming are you going to be to new ideas? These are all going to be friction for him in the second half. He has one speed, and that is to make this all happen. He'd do anything for the revolution, anything. So he's basically talking about kind of the character arcs for all these characters that we're going to see. So that's it for Andor. A lot of, obviously the hype train is full speed ahead for Andor.
Can't wait.
And will be for the next month, I'm sure.
And it's starting. It's gonna finish before Celebration begins, right? The whole thing, or is it gonna be?
No, I think it airs while you're at Celebration.
It starts while we're there.
It starts while we're there, and it's going to continue while we're there, right? It's going to be done. That's my question.
It's a few weeks long, yeah.
Yeah, it starts while we're there, and it'll continue into the weeks once we get home.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be completely done.
No, it's like 3 episodes per arc, and how many arcs are there? 3 arcs? 4 arcs. It's 12 episodes.
So it runs for 4 weeks.
That's awesome.
Okay.
It starts. Yeah.
It's like 4 movies.
You'll get the first 3 eps in Japan.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. A little bit of news from the George Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. So we got a statement from George Lucas and Melody Hobson, the co-founders of the museum. So they said, today we are announcing a leadership change at the Museum of Narrative Art. So Sandra Jackson Dumont, the director and CEO, will be stepping aside as of April 1st. Sandra's decision to move on from the role was based on the new organizational design to split the current role into 2 positions. George will be responsible for content direction. Jim Giannopoulos, the former chairman and CEO of 20th Century Fox and Paramount Pictures, will be assuming the role of CEO for an interim period while we conduct a search for a permanent CEO. Additionally, Jim will have an ongoing role as a special advisor to the founders. So the museum is currently under construction and still on schedule to open sometime in 2026. So
If
I don't know. I'm looking forward to that.
If people don't know what that is, like just maybe you can find the website and drop it in the thing, because it's so cool. I didn't even know that they were building that until like this year. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, I'm sure Steph will drop the link to that museum.
It's a museum. It's a big museum, and the design looks like it's from outer space. Like it looks like a ship.
It kind of looks like Home One, the Mon Calamari cruiser, right? Like
it does.
It looks like that, and it's down by the Coliseum here in LA. And yeah, it's basically George Lucas's private art collection, but it'll be rotating exhibits, and it's all stuff that'll rotate in and out of the museum. So a lot of it coming from Lucasfilm, George's collection, but then other rotating exhibits in and out. And it's basically just around narrative storytelling, film, art. Movies,
and you
TV,
know they're gonna reach out to some customers probably to do like, hey, get some TKs to walk around the halls and stuff or whatever. Dude, that'd be so sick.
Yep. Signed an NDA. I can't talk about it.
I'm just guessing as a fan.
Let's see. Shout out to Vanessa Marshall, Taylor Gray, and Tia Sarkar from Rebels, which I'm playing on the TV behind me, who are being joined by John Lee Brody as moderator for the new podcast Pod of Rebellion that they're starting, which is basically doing a rewatch of Star Wars Rebels, and they'll be talking about that on the podcast. So it actually dropped yesterday. As we record this on March 11th. So they're going to be actually joined occasionally by a friend of the podcast and owner proprietor of Hollywood's Scum and Villainy Cantina, JC Reifenberg, as well. Ooh. Yeah, so you can find them on pretty much all of the major podcast outlets just by searching for Pod of Rebellion. So go check it out. Yeah, I think that basically it's like one episode per episode, like of the show. So they'll just be doing. It's kind of like a watch party kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
Fun.
yeah, check it out. So and that is it for the news.
I love Rebels.
Nice.
Such a good show.
Lofty.
Such a good show.
Let's see.
Well,
I'm touching myself tonight.
Yeah. That intro never fails to disappoint, does it? Good Lord.
Just
good.
bring in a purgle, and there you go.
There we go. There we go. Well, I think at this point we lose about half the audience because we are going to talk about things.
Hmm.
Brian, is that a finger
Mhm.
point as a
full
confirmation
spoilers.
of that?
Full
Warning.
spoilers. If you haven't seen Daredevil,
Full
the first three
Three.
eps.
First three, yeah.
Okay. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to get spoiled, pause now or hop off the live, watch
forever
that
hold your
thing,
peace.
and then come back and listen because, yeah, spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So episode 3, Daredevil, happened yesterday. The episode was called The Hollow of His Hand, and it was directed by Michael Cuesta, who did the last episode. But somebody else did the first episode, which I thought was kind of interesting because the last 2 episodes, number 2 and number 3, played a lot more like a courtroom drama or like a police procedural. Whereas the first one definitely had, a lot more of the action tuned up on it. So kind of a neat, direction perspective in that sense. And, the main kind of brunt of this storyline was Victor Ayala, who is the White Tiger, goes on trial. And that's the main crux of the episode is his trial begins and the challenges they run into as they go through the case. What did you guys? I'd just go around the room with John and Brian first. What did you guys think?
Yeah.
Like, what's the vibe?
I just want to say, White Tiger's cool because he's the first Latino superhero in the comics in 1975. I think his debut
Damn.
was a Daredevil comic called The Trial of the White Tiger, or Trial of the White Tiger. I don't know if there's a the or not, but that's basically the episode we got where
Mirroring this. Wow.
yeah, essentially, I think that's where they grabbed the inspiration for that episode.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, yeah, like you said, it was a different vibe. It was less comic book action and more courtroom drama. And it's weird to say, because I'm not really into courtroom dramas per se, but
Edge
I
of your
really
seat.
enjoyed it. Yeah, well, but I enjoyed it because it's like, yeah, like, whoa, like it's, it's Matt Murdock and these dirty cops and,
You could have been juror number 2.
well, yeah, I was gonna say I usually sit in the background of these scenes. I don't enjoy watching them too much.
Aggressively smoking.
yeah, in the year, but no, but I thought it was really good. I liked how they move a little bit into the character of White Tiger, how they showed his good side, and he's basically doing like super street level vigilantism, where he's kind of just helping people around the neighborhood and helping people out of car accidents and not burglaries necessarily, but like muggings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I personally don't know too much about the character. He has an amulet and he wears just like, I don't know if the clothing is imbued with something or if it's just fabric. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. The ending was surprising, but we all have, theories that go against what we saw,
Yeah.
I don't want to, let the cat too early out of the bag. So I'll add on with, or what should I? Yeah.
We're on
what?
full
Well, we said spoilers, so
Well,
I think it's
but I
okay.
wanted you guys to,
Or
I don't want to
to
just
flesh
say
out
the
the
thing and
convo
then
a little
Yes.
bit more.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
at the end where it's the quote unquote Punisher that comes out and kills our homie White Tiger, which I didn't see coming. To be honest, I didn't think they
Not
were
at
just gonna
all.
finish him
Not
off
at
there,
all.
Yeah, kind of
I
a
have
bummer
my
because
theories.
the whole fight, to shoot show he's innocent and show that what
Yeah.
happened was this thing. But like we said, we spoke about it in private, and we thought, at least Brian and I spoke about it in private, and we thought it might be a dirty cop that is idolizing the Punisher,
Mhm.
and either mimicking him or copycatting or pretending to be him, or just being their own version of him. Because
Agreed.
even the design, I noticed the design on the armor, on the chest, the paint job on the skull is different from anything we've seen. It's not the same. It's not
Yeah.
the same as any of the Punishers we've seen, and it's not the same as any of the comic stuff we've seen. Because we saw the graffiti on the wall that had the Punisher
Yeah.
skull, and it said "triggered" on it, and it had Muse's signature on the bottom there.
Oh
that
wow! I
one-
didn't even realize that.
It had Muse's signature, but that skull had a silhouette of the Statue of Liberty between the teeth and two buildings. That's what the teeth were. But
And the tattoos.
the tattoo on the police officer's neck
and
in the
those
courtroom.
the
Oh, there's two of
tattoos.
them. Wow.
Yeah, guy
One
had
had
it
him
on
on
his
the
wrist.
neck. One had the dude in the bathroom had it on his hand or on his wrist there.
Yep.
So apparently, yeah, there's some sort of idolization going on. But as we know, the Punisher is not into that. He doesn't like fans, and
He's
he
a
doesn't
loner.
like he
Yeah.
doesn't like the fanfare. So it as a consensus, we don't think it's him, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But maybe it is.
But
I don't know.
the bigger part was like how you're saying the courtroom thing. Like I was on the edge of my seat during the whole time in the courtroom.
was great.
and I'm the
Mhm.
same way.
Yeah.
Those shows don't really do anything for me, but I was like so invested into what's going to happen
Because we care. Yeah.
you feel for White Tiger, right? What's
Yeah.
his name again?
Victor Ayala's.
Victor. You like
Ayala.
they build him
Ayala.
up through that whole episode and make you care for him and want the best for him.
But that's
and,
why the ending is so like
and then he gets out and he goes back to work and
the minute he's out, he's done. And it's like
You're
I
all-
know that was a
What?
rough ending. I felt like something bad was going to happen, just because they did turn it around
the
for
it
him.
was
comics
still feel good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed like it was that same kind of like gut punch from the first episode where they just yanked something away that felt
Yeah.
really like tangible and like good feeling for these characters.
Felt right.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
and
which is a great like twist. None of us expected it. It deepens the story, so it's cool with me. But
I wanted to say one more thing. Something from the first episode that since we're discussing all three, we're all led to believe that Foggy's dead, right?
Mhm.
That's what happened. He died.
I think he's dead.
But well, sure, and we all do, I guess, at this point. But I guess apparently there's a bunch of little Easter eggs that were in that episode. The address of the building they were in, 468.
Yeah.
Apparently that's an issue of Daredevil number 468, right, where Foggy fakes his
Foggy
own
dies.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dies, but he fakes his death. He's not dead.
Yeah.
So
I have questions about that though, because I know we've talked about that theory, and we saw like some folks post that, but how would they have faked? I mean, he heard Foggy's heartbeat stop.
I think it's just tie-ins. I think this
Maybe.
is like this is textbook MCU tie-ins of things from comics that you guys are way more versed than I am. And Steven always drops things. John always drops things. They go, oh well, or Luke, you do too.
Yeah.
Oh well, in the comics, this happened. So it's like pulling inspiration in from the comics for the fans that really like know that information.
See that Easter egg and
So
know
I think
that.
because I still stand by what I said before, where it's like they brought in Foggy and Paige and are just like, oh, look, we're
Yeah.
all together. This is great. And then just like Victor, boom,
Yeah.
done. They're gone. They're out of the show.
you think that's a Netflix send off though, right? That's
That's what I think.
like this is the beginning of something else, born
Yep,
again, quote
It's
unquote.
born again. Like, hey,
But-
they make everyone feel good because the gang's all back together. Yeah,
Yeah.
Daredevil's back. And then they're just like, no, these two
It
characters.
could
don't.
happen. You could be right. You could be right. I mean, only
That's
time will tell. Because
That's what I think. Just because Marvel tends to not go very deep verbatim with
Mhm,
what
totally.
happened in the past.
Yeah.
It's
Very
just
true.
little tidbits of things they pull in. So
Raimi, did you have something? Raimi, did you have something to add to it? I saw you put your hand
Well,
up.
yeah. So With regard to the like he heard his heart stop. Supposedly, and I haven't read the comics or anything like that, but what I read was supposedly in the comics that whole thing happened in, that was part of it too.
Oh, okay.
Like in his death, like it was all staged, and there was some way that they stopped his heart so that he would hear that.
Oh, they revived him at the hospital.
And then they revived him or whatever. Like that was
Yeah.
that was something that was
Slowed his
part
heart
of the
rate
whole
down or something.
storyline too.
Crazy. Okay.
So it was intentional in the con. I haven't watched
that's
it,
cool.
but what I read
That did take place in the comic.
that was saying, hey, might all be part of the plan,
Hmm.
pointed that out as a detail. So
Wow, that's cool. I mean that's cool either way. I mean, I could see the benefit of like them not bringing him back and that being a really big hanging point for Matt to build this, new life in the
Right.
MCU out of. But I mean, if it does take place from the comics and they stay true to the books in a lot of ways, like if they were to tie that back down the road, I also wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, I don't feel like that would cheapen what happened if we saw this a couple years later come to play. So,
I mean, the way they're like feeding this narrative now of 2 episodes. We haven't seen Daredevil since episode 1,
Right.
yeah.
and they're just feeding this like, all right, when's he coming back? When's he coming back? When's he coming
Yeah.
back? Like, and they're giving him a lot of reasons to want to come back. So
Well,
I think
Now a vigilante just killed the guy he got off of
Yep.
for murder. Like which
I-
is like it was a big struggle to
I
do.
feel like we're
Yeah.
getting straight. I mean, we're only 3 episodes in. How many are there? Do you know?
I
Luke,
don't
how
know.
many
I
episodes there are?
actually I
But-
could find out, but
I feel like I loved the Netflix series, but I feel like there's so many episodes and it's so drawn out.
yeah.
Like they're doing a much more compact storytelling with
Mhm.
this series, and it's it's so good. Like
It's really good.
I'm raving about like how good it is. I'm so into it. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, like you said, taking the courtroom procedure drama and I mean, sure, you're talking about like vigilantism and there's characters we're invested in, but just the editing, I guess it would to keep the pacing of the story moving along. Like it just moves in the right pace. Like it feels like you're getting the right information. I mean, we're only 3 episodes in, but I mean, it just feels like you're getting this like really nice, like, order of operations with how they're rolling the information out for these characters and attaching the connective tissue. And it's working really well so far for me and sounds like us, which is cool.
Yeah, Steph said 9 episodes.
it's 9.
Oh, damn. 9.
So
Wow.
we're
Great.
We're a third of the way through.
Third of the
yeah.
way in.
it's
Joe, have you had a chance to dive in yet? I know you've been super busy with doing all the things, but
Yeah, unfortunately, I want to see it because I see you guys hyping on stuff too. But I have like this week is the rarest week I've had in a long time.
yeah.
Just haven't been home.
Yeah,
it's
for sure,
So it is.
It'll
so
be there
good.
for
I
you
think-
when you're ready.
Yeah,
I think for people that don't know too, because like Rami was asking us earlier, he's like, "Do I need to watch the Netflix one?" Like, you don't.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need to watch the other Spider-Mans before you watch another? I mean,
you just jump in.
you can
Agreed.
jump in.
Yeah.
It's more of if you had a connection to the Netflix series,
Mhm.
like you really liked it, you liked the characters, you like.
It's
That's
like
the
Star
only thing-
Wars, you can,
Yeah.
like
You could
the
jump in.
original Star Wars trilogy was referencing stuff we didn't ever get a glimpse of until we were, essentially adults. Like, so, that reference material like is there if you want to go back and watch the Netflix show. It'll help inform it, but doesn't need to.
It's on
'Cause
Disney.
they're
Yeah.
creating their new own timeline, basically.
Mhm.
Oh no, TVA is going to show up.
Oh God. No
It's not
TVA. No
multiverse.
TVA.
I have a costume for that.
It's a little tired. It's a little tired.
Dude, Raimi, I was gonna say if I didn't do Punisher, I was gonna borrow your TVA thing and just shave and be Loki.
That would have been good too.
Good. But you guys,
Would've
got
worked.
it, man. It's a good show, Joe. When you have time,
Yeah.
and I know you're
It's
gonna watch
good, dude. It's good.
Yeah. It's really
It's
good.
so good. I'm so happy with where, and I'm so
awesome.
curious to know.
Because there were a couple of shows that came out that were kind of flat and kind of disappointing. So it's kind of nice
This
to.
is not that
Mm-hmm.
at all.
I mean, yeah, the older Punisher show had a few flat moments because there are
Yeah.
other characters that interact and stuff. So it's not
Yeah.
all
And it's
awesome
drawn out.
action. It's super drawn out.
Mhm.
The action's probably a quarter to a third of the show.
Yeah.
But
Punisher is
that-
more about like his struggle
Mhm.
internally.
yeah,
really.
yeah,
So-
and his buddy from I guess the military is involved in in the season and
Yeah.
has to do with all that. So it's cool, but
See
Yeah.
where
Anyway.
it goes.
Yep. See where it
there's a lot of
goes.
good stuff. Yeah.
They, in to kind of cap off what we're saying here about both the Daredevil series and the Punisher, there is the announcement that the Punisher is getting a special. We saw an interview with John Barenthal that's kind of gone around through this week here. Him talking about the upcoming special. There wasn't like a release date for it, or any like info on like who's attached to it, like as like writer directors and stuff. But I would imagine it either hits in the middle of this season or right after. I'm sure it's like a tie-in of some sort to what we're seeing here with this new Daredevil season. So that's in the pipeline too, which is exciting. And that,
Got a lot to look forward to, right?
yeah, and I think that
We
would
all-
probably. Actually, you know what? I heard should we do a Wreckers backdoor rumor for something Marvel that I heard
Yes.
today? Just kind
Ooh,
of
yeah.
rumor.
Spit it
That's
out,
back-
yeah.
Backdoor
Wreckers.
rumor.
We got to create a theme song for Wreckers backdoor rumors. But I read right before we kind of logged on. Yeah, I should let that one hang for a second.
rumors.
Wreckers backdoor rumors. I read that the Doomsday plot for running up to. Did you see this?
I did. Go. Yes.
So the tag was basically the Avengers and Doctor Doom are in a race to get to Loki to untangle shit with the freaking timelines and stuff. Woof. PG-13.
Whoa.
We get one.
Brian already blew the one, so
Oh
You
god.
get-
We're canceled.
that's it.
Did he? He already said the F bomb.
Wow.
You already dropped one.
Been so good about it lately. So yeah, that
That's
could
kinda
be
crazy.
that could be kind of major. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
pretty neat.
That's an awesome plot point, but it got me thinking though. It's like, does Loki not know anything that's going on? If even like, is he just sitting there waiting for one of them to get there first? Like, what like?
Sitting on
I need
throne.
more. I need more than just
Yeah,
the preliminary
Yeah,
general idea.
it was
like
like
it.
one sentence of info too. So
Yeah, but I like the
I'm-
idea though.
I do too.
Because what? So
Theoretically, though-
Loki's all powerful. Yeah, but Loki's like the one could be like Doom. Like, I don't
Dude,
know.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theoretically, Loki's just sitting there and he can see that these many possibilities, right?
Versions.
Mhm.
Like versions that could become. They're just one of many that he could be seeing, and so he like
He's
right.
time
that
daddy now.
they may make it to him, they may not. Like so, he just like does he can't act on all of them. He's also kind of stuck there, right? Like he
Fuck
can't.
yeah,
It's not
he-
like he can.
I
Not like
mean,
he
we
can
don't
get up
know.
and leave to go take care of business. So.
But maybe he can. All we saw was him sit down. We didn't see him try to get up.
No, wasn't he holding the
I think
strands
he has
of
to
everything?
stand
Right,
holding on
but
to
he-
that.
Does he
Is it
have to
like
hold
his-
those?
Yeah, that's
he
what
can't
I'm
even
saying.
get
It's
up
like,
to go to the bathroom. He's stuck there.
is
Yeah,
it
dude.
burdened?
I
Do
don't
that
know,
again,
man.
Luke.
He could have done
Do that
Indiana
again.
Jones. Like at
He
the
can
Get this
tie
back.
a
guy a
knot and
Power
just
Ranger
go.
jug, man. Come on.
I don't
Dude,
know.
he can tie him to pillars or something. He
Get
can
some
figure
vice
something out.
grips. Get some vice grips. And
Yeah, tie a knot. Just tie them to each
tie
other.
him in a knot and
That was what
slowly
Luke
walk
did.
backward.
Tie him to the throne and be in the Powerade bottle. You're good.
Some bubble gum.
The power
I have-
bottle.
Yeah.
I have an
He's
addition to
driving.
Wreckers
Powers.
backdoor rumors. I have an addition.
Let's see.
Spider-Man makes an appearance in Daredevil. I just made that up.
Mm.
Well, he gets mentioned in the second episode very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Where Kingpin's like, we don't need vigilantes.
Imagine
We-
the
we-
hype if he makes an appearance.
dressed as
Yeah.
Even if he's
spiders.
just like
They're-
swinging
they're-
in the back.
They're really close together in the comics. I mean, they're
would be dope.
I mean, they put him in the movie.
very
Don't forget.
much cross-pollinated in
Yeah.
the comics. So.
Matt
Matt
Murdock
Murdock
was in
was
Spider-Man.
in the Spider-Man film. Right?
Spider-Man
Is
3.
where- is
Oh,
what
that's
we're-
right. Yeah.
This
He
is where I'm the
catches the
casual.
brick.
I'm the casual Marvel fan, so forgive me. But like, when we watch the MCU, is this the same universe or is this a totally different universe that you're watching in this Daredevil?
This is the
This
same.
is the
Same
MCU.
universe.
This is
This
where
is-
they got
this is the
snapped back
MCU.
like 6 months ago. Like this isn't
Okay.
even that long after the snap.
'Cause they-
Oh,
'cause they
Yeah.
mention, remember the guy? He's at the counter talking to the guy, and he talks about the
Mhm.
5 years.
Yeah.
okay.
In the episode 1 of Daredevil, they make a mention to the snap,
The blip.
Mhm.
Okay.
the blip.
Okay.
Right. So it's at the same
So like
time.
you guys
as
say
movies.
Spider-Man. I'm waiting to see Miles Morales or somebody else from a different universe. Like
Well,
I'm
hold
dying
on.
to see.
Hold on.
Miles.
So when they when Matt Murdock is in court mentioning all of the cops that did reports that are basically
Mhm.
supporting White Tiger's story, there's an Officer Morales
Yeah.
in one of those
Yeah.
reports. So they could take it in any direction. It could be Miles's dad, or it could just be some random
Dude,
dude
it's
from
got to
Spider-Man.
be.
But
Right.
it's
bet
right
you
there.
there.
coincidence.
It's the
There's no
universe,
coincidences.
It's the universe. It's
Yeah.
universe.
Well, I'm just saying.
And Joe, they
It's there.
mention Spider-Man in this new Daredevil series. They s-
And they didn't
it.
say which Spider-Man it was, though.
True.
They just
True.
said Spider-Man because it could be Miles
Yeah.
Morales somehow.
It's totally Andrew Garfield.
Even though he's
Guys, Miles Morales' dad is a cop in the comics.
That's what I'm
He is.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
That's why I
is.
said it.
Into the
But I
Spider-Man.
just
Officer
confirmed
Morales.
it. I didn't know if
Yeah.
that was just something.
Yeah,
you were-
yeah,
we
dude.
knew.
Go watch
From,
it.
from
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. He's a
Yeah.
cop.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
No. I mean, but his dad in the comics was a cop. So, like, your theory of him translating to like
Yeah.
being,
That's
that's
why I said it.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
That'd be
they're
next level.
seeding it already.
Yes.
That would be
That's
great.
why, even though it's just a name, it's a name drop.
Yeah.
It
It's
could
still
be. They could
connections.
easily bridge it because in a few years they can make a film and be like, "Oh yeah, you got reference in Daredevil."
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Layers.
That's so cool.
But I could
Man.
see them just like, because there's all this talk about all the different vigilantes in the city, because it's New York. It's the same time. Daredevil's there, Spider-Man's there.
Yeah.
That's the anchor we know.
Punisher's there.
And
Yep.
they've mentioned it in the show already.
Yep.
So what if there's chaos going on and he just like swings by in the back? Like, people would
Lose
would
it.
What's
lose
the
it.
budget on this show?
I don't know.
That's the question.
They don't
We
need
gotta
the
see if there's
actor.
a high
They don't
budget.
need Tom Holland. So
No,
it could just be
but stunts and stuff. I don't know.
hmm Unless it was just like a CGI, like
Yeah.
you're saying, just a swing
Like
by
in the
or
background?
something. Yeah,
or
just
standing
even
up on a building. Spider.
yeah, even as like a cap or two, something in the series where he just swings by.
So the budget for the show was about $200 million. So
Whoa.
let's see.
Oh damn. That's a
And
good
it was what,
chunk.
9 episodes?
It's a pretty good budge.
Okay.
That's $22 million an episode.
They could get Tom Holland, dude, for one episode.
Yeah, and if they're underspending on other episodes, they could pay more
That's what I'm
for
saying.
an episode
yeah,
for
redistribute. Yeah.
that. And honestly, if Tom's contract has stipulations in it, like they could just make him come do an appearance anyways, like for whatever.
Yeah.
But
They're all, look, bro, you want to make more money, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that about does it for the Marvel Minute, boys. Unless you have
Boys.
something else to add, rumor wise.
Wreckers, only backdoor rumors.
Records.
For your information, the stinger of a Yalvik queen is a delicacy on some planets.
I'm not ready.
Jim's shaking his head now.
Point. That's the point.
I'm not ready.
Sometimes we
You're
spring it on you.
here.
You're here.
Here,
Oh.
so it's happening.
No.
It doesn't
Someone
have
else
to be
ask a question.
profound. You can just have fun with it. You don't have to always
No.
dig so deep into our psyche that we.
I do love that. There, you know,
Crack
you
under
love
the
it,
pressure.
though. You know,
We
I
could-
love-
But you can do a fun light question too. You know.
We could also take a question from the chat. Someone in
There
the
you
chat.
go. Hey,
boy.
so-
Somebody in the
so-
chat, ask a question.
I'm not
But
taking questions at this time, Joe,
it's not
probably.
promised that it'll be.
We may
read on
not
the
answer
show.
it. We
Yeah.
may not answer it, but you
We
can.
might not even read it, but you can post one if you'd like.
Yeah. If there's a
And this
question-
is riveting podcasting for the audio listeners. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Joe could
Joe-
also be continuing to think of one
So
too.
how many people do we have listening right now live? We got 20.
4,000
right now.
It was higher a little earlier. That's what meaning
What
of
is the
life.
meaning of
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
the universe, and
Yeah.
everything?
Ooh,
Who's your
Favorite-
favorite Star Trek character?
Favorite Star Trek character.
I don't.
That's pretty dope. I don't even know Star Trek, so I could totally pick something.
I don't either. That's
I've
a
always
quick
got to go
one.
with the bald guy, so I'm going with Captain Picard, who I have the costume. For.
Engage.
I
Make
may
it
be
so.
making, I may be making
Engage.
an appearance as Captain Picard sometime at WonderCon.
Oh
Little sticker.
dang,
What?
that's cool.
Double
Captain
fisting?
Pickard. What?
I like the guy with the
Icon.
cool visor. The
Jordy?
Jordy
Jordy
Data?
yeah,
LaForge?
Jordy. Yeah,
Oh,
Jordy.
We need rainbows.
Who's the elf guy?
Yeah.
Who's the elf?
The elf.
Data?
Can't do anything.
Elf?
Data.
Data?
Yeah,
He
with
looks
the
like an
yellow
elf.
eyes.
He's like green
Take a
skin. Yeah,
look
yeah.
in a
Yeah,
book.
Data's pretty sick.
I choose him. He looks
We
kind of.
need
He looks like
rainbow.
Legolas.
I like how we all went with next generation characters.
Joe's definitely Spock.
Dang.
Yeah.
These things are kind of big though.
The only one I watched was
I got
the
it.
original series. The with
Elf.
Shatner.
Hmm.
Those are.
I mean, I only
so
watched it
good.
when like my grandparents would have it on. I kind of caught it.
You know what
that.
episode? Every time you say Star Trek, they only had like 3 seasons, right, or something really short. Like
the original one was only,
original-
The
it was like-
original, yeah.
the,
Oh,
the
really?
episode that always pops in my mind. There are these like weird round lava creatures. They look like shells with these glowing orange things, and they're in a cave. And Spock beamed down, and he had to put his hand on it and talk to it, like with telekinesis or something. I don't know why, man. It's like so random, so weird.
Weird
and
old
trauma.
memory.
Old memory, yeah, it was probably from
Yeah.
some. I got triggered when you guys said Star Trek.
Star
You're like,
Trek,
lava monster.
Eating cereal with no sugar. You know.
Oh, that's a good question right there. Hold up.
Yeah.
Jurassic
What-
Park, Back to the Future, or Ghostbusters?
Dang, Eric.
Oh man. Oof.
Just one.
Back to the Future for me. If I had
Yeah?
to choose, just done.
I'm going Jurassic Park out of those 3.
Jurassic
GB,
Park
dude.
would be the first one I'd eliminate out of the 3.
Really?
Ghostbusters and Back to the Future.
GB.
Those
Bro,
two
Back
hit
to
me
the
at the right
Future,
age, though.
dog.
Or Jurassic Park hit me at the right age, though.
I think
Jurassic
Back
Park
to
was
the
dope.
Future.
And
think
you
I'd
know
have to
they
go with
filmed
Back to the Future.
part
That's
of
not
Back
easy.
Jurassic Park 2 in Burbank. So that
No
was cool.
way,
We could
really?
see the corner of the street there where they filmed it. We're like, oh,
Oh,
there it is.
sweet.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters all day.
do love a Jurassic Park.
I think for me, it's
GB.
Back to the Future, man.
I think so too.
The
Nice.
DeLorean, you can't beat a DeLorean, dude.
Dude, that
That's
Toyota
dude.
pickup
That's
truck.
tough.
Oh my god,
that thing's
Toyota
nice.
pickup-
It's cool.
Oh my
It's cool. It's
So
cool.
cool.
But DeLorean,
Damn,
Yeah.
yeah, DeLorean's pretty
Best car
pretty
ever.
dang good.
1.21 gigawatts.
If you're going cars out of those 3 movies, then I would go BTTF or vehicles.
Okay,
Damn,
so
that's a good one.
of my
That's
favorite
a
what are
good-
the questions you got?
Good
What are
question.
the questions?
That's a good question for
Man,
sure.
Eric Fisher dropping.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
Okay.
But that's not fair asking between Ghostbusters and Back to the Future.
why?
I mean,
Jurassic
it's a
Park was
question.
good too, but I was not terribly painful to eliminate that. But between the other two, that's tough.
those are closer in a
Well, that's
timeline
the
too, I
point.
guess. Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah.
so interesting is like Rami, like you, me, and Brian are closer in age, so the older movies are probably more tied to our youth, while
Yeah.
Luke, you're younger, like John, and so you know,
I said Back to the Future.
I'm just saying,
But
it's
yeah,
just-
I know what you mean. Yeah,
just kind of 10, and I don't know.
Mhm.
just-
yeah.
I mean, Jurassic Park was awesome. I have like
Dude, when I saw Jurassic Park,
set.
I was like in the worst seat of the theater. So at the time, there wasn't assigned seats. It was like just wait in line, and you had to push your way to get to a seat. As soon as you remember back in the day,
Yeah, of course, of course.
And so
fight
I
for a seat.
yeah,
freaking dude, I was like the front row furthest left you could possibly go
Oh.
on the big ass screen.
the neck
So the-
breaker.
The dinosaurs were like super thin, and it was like this weird, stupid angle. But I was still like mouth breathing, like oh my God.
Just getting blown out by one of the speakers, like half
Yeah.
of the audio.
Yeah, freaking basically.
Jurassic Park is cool too, but Ghostbusters all day long.
God, Ghostbusters is good. I saw first time I saw Ghostbusters was at a drive-in movie theater,
Ain't afraid of no ghost.
which is also where I saw Return of the Jedi for the first time. It was a double
Oh.
movie thing, and I
Double
saw it with my
matinee.
parents. Yeah, double matinee thing. We tried to tune in for both of them, and I got so scared during Ghostbusters
Dude.
when she opens the
Same.
fridge and there's that portal, like to all that crazy stuff.
Dude, all the ghosts. Yeah, I think
No.
that's what
yeah,
happened. To
The
have
they
an
ghost
lost
in
me
the
first
library.
five-
I was
The
too
ghost
young.
in the library. That's the one.
That,
Oh,
that was the
yeah.
freaky
Oh,
that-
yeah.
That was scary,
that freaked
dude.
me out.
That was
forever.
the
Yeah.
for
beginning of the
libraries.
movie too.
Oh,
Okay.
The dogs were like terrifying. They're like pit bulls, essentially.
yeah, the
We've-
dogs were super scary.
You know?
We've done the whole question on the show about like what movie like scared the crap out of you as a kid. We've done that, right?
Oh yeah.
I
did
think
a
we've done that. Although I
That
don't
was
know
like
that I don't know that Luke was
episode-
here for that.
That was like
Yeah.
episode
Mm.
5 or something.
Yeah, that was way early on.
Are you talking like a horror movie or just
Just
Yeah,
in
any
general?
anything. 'Cause, like
Scariest-
mine was not a horror movie, but it was
Exorcist,
like. But like, what
Dude,
was
that
what
the
movie?
worst.
What
Actually-
movie like scared the crap out of you as a kid?
The Omen.
Because like you weren't here for that episode.
The
were you?
Yeah,
Gate.
yeah. I mean, I honestly like, yeah, it sound funny to say the Ghostbusters, but that scene scared me when I was really young.
Yeah.
But then when I saw like a scary movie when I was a little older, it was Children of the Corn, dude, and it
Oh, dang.
destroyed me from horror
The
movies. That's
Shining.
why I'm not a horror movie kid. That
Yeah.
was way too scary, and I saw it when I was like 7, and it just
Oh, that's too young, dude.
it just ruined me, dude. I watched it with my older
Children of the
cousin and was
Corn.
like, this is not
He's
cool.
like, check out this movie, dude.
dude,
And you're like,
for sure. My oldest cousin is totally
remember
that guy.
It was like Exorcist for sure, and then followed by Phantasm. That stupid ball.
Oh
freaking
yeah, the
going
ball,
on dude,
the
that
silver
freaking-
ball, right?
Yeah,
The floating silver ball.
Floating
I
silver
I
ball.
actually have seen that. I haven't watched a lot of horror movies, but I have seen that. movie.
Freaking nuts when you're a little kid. You're like,
Yeah.
a movie I saw that it didn't necessarily scare me, but it marked me pretty hard because it was kind of like, what is this? Was the original Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that was a great
yeah.
movie. You're talking about when he got sucked into the atmosphere.
Everything
and Mars?
when he's on Mars, the lady, which lady I'm talking about, the
With the three
dude
boobs.
in the gut, all that stuff. I was
Oh,
super
yeah.
young, and I was like, whoa! And I wasn't necessarily scared of it. Like it was scary. I remember it being scary, but I wasn't terrified of it. But I remember it being like the weirdest thing I'd seen. I was like, what?
It was
is
pretty
this? Like,
freaky.
Like
It's
that's
pretty
Mars.
creepy.
That's how Mars is. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's what I was like,
Yeah,
What?
dude. In the
Yeah.
comments, May just mentioned The Secret of
Oh.
Nim as being
Oh,
a
that was-
scary flick.
Oh,
That was with the
I-
puppets, right?
No,
And-
it
and-
was animation.
animated. Yeah.
and it
she's
was
not
about
wrong.
like a
with
family
mice.
of like mice and rats.
right,
And
okay.
there were some
Oh.
truly scary like visuals in that movie too. I
There
remember
were.
I was
seeing
thinking-
that.
Was I thinking
I
Labyrinth?
loved it, but I was also kind of afraid of it.
That was a
Okay.
book. That was a book first too, right? Like I think
Mhm.
that was like a book that I had read beforehand too. So because I had read it, it wasn't as bad because I kind of knew it was coming. But yeah, I remember that animation was crazy.
It was great animation. Yeah.
Another deep cut. I don't know if people remember this one. I don't want
Oh,
to say it was
Ferngully.
scary, but when you're young, it's kind of like weird. Was Time Bandits?
Oh yeah, I remember Time Bandits.
Time
Oh
Bandits.
yeah. Time Bandits was cool. Yeah, that was
Good.
freaky too.
When you were young, it was like what?
Yeah, it was
It's
kind of
all the-
jarring.
short people and like just
Just
Weird.
makeup and
Pocket-
special
Pocket
effects.
just mentioned one. Luke, you might resonate with this one a little bit. Ferngully, you guys
Dude,
remember Ferngully a little bit?
the toxic waste monster. in
terrifying, yeah.
Ferngully is no guff, man.
Yeah.
When it comes out of that machine that's cutting down the rainforest,
The
and he makes
pollution.
that skull face out of the goop.
The-
So scary.
Yeah.
I know exactly what she's referencing.
Yeah.
Dark
Okay,
Crystal.
what's a movie as an adult that scared you or disturbed you or whatever?
Oh
don't
god.
Maybe not scared you, but disturbed you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I yeah.
I
hit it,
bet John comes up with the same one that I'm going to say.
Oh no. Mm-mm. Hold on.
Nuh-uh.
I bet if I say
100%.
it first, John agrees with me.
I don't even want to say.
I can't remember the name, but I will in a second.
You want me to say
Dude,
it first?
so
Event Horizon.
oh god.
That
Yeah,
movie is effed up.
that one is so messed up.
Wait, which one's that one?
It's got the guy from Jurassic Park in it, coincidentally.
So that's a great movie.
it's
most disturbing
terrifying.
movie? That is
Yeah,
a
that movie-
terrifying movie.
That movie was disturbing.
I have two. But one of them I like a lot still, and it's one of my favorite movies. And I'll just say it. It was Interstellar. I think the moments where he's like sort of in space and then going through the black hole. I thought that was super terrifying. Like it's super scary for me. For some reason, no one else thinks it's scary. Like that's the scariest thing in the world for me.
Man, oh man.
But
you
a
know
really,
what?
really, really right. Hold on, wait. But the most disturbing film that I can come to mind right now that came to my mind when you mentioned that was Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, that got
Dude.
mentioned in the chat too.
Yeah.
Pocket
Oh,
said
did it?
that. Yep.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was brutal.
As soon as you
Yeah.
said disturbing, I was like, that one.
yeah.
Dude, for me, it was probably 7. With,
Oh, man.
with Brad
I never
Pitt.
saw
Yeah,
that.
Brad
I was too
Pitt.
scared.
Dude, the ending, it's horrific.
Yeah.
It's just so messed
There's
up.
some horrible stuff through that whole movie too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because that's so like almost realistic. Like there's
Mhm.
sickos, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what's disturbing now. It's one thing if it's fantasy and it's like makeup and you know like, but then
No
there's
big
like
deal.
actual like crazy people that do disturbed things that turn into a movie. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's horrific.
Man, why we can't end on this stuff?
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta talk about
Say-
something else.
Who? Yeah,
Which
what are we
movie
doing
brought you
here?
the most pleasure?
All right, next.
Purgle Space 2.
Pleasure, fun, joy. What are you guys thinking? What are you
Star Wars.
What are you guys? Why are you guys laughing?
Thrawn and the Purgles.
Oh,
Gosh.
Uh,
What are you guys laughing?
thank you for that. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Dad Batch podcast. Drawing a blank on what Stevie usually says, but again, if you'd like to support the pod, go to thedadbatch.com, order you some merch, get you some goodies, buy your friends some birthday gifts. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. My name's John. You can catch me at John Rodriguez FX on the socials, and everyone else, go ahead, tell them where you can find you, and go.
Luke, where can people find you?
At WonderCon with the Dad Batch Pod.
Brian, where can people find you?
Hell's Kitchen.
And Joe.
At Gonzaga University.
What's up?
Yeah.
Up in my neighborhood.
And you can find me and all of us at thedadbatch.com.
That's right. Peter's a goddamn legend.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Enjoy your spice responsibly.
Oh, that's right.
Forgot about that part.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Nice.